Okay, we are going to have another one of our technology break sessions here as we accelerate here, Tech Spotlight. Topic is going to be on the insider threat. And if you spent time earlier with Randy Trzak of Carnegie Mellon, you got some insight into research on the insider threat. What we're going to explore here is, are insider threats the hole in your security strategy? I want you to welcome to the stage to talk about this now, Pete Nourse with Veriato. Pete.
Thank you.
Welcome.
All right. Well, thanks, everybody. Today we're going to talk really in depth for about 8.5 minutes about insider threats. What I want to do is tell you a little bit about Veriato, a little bit about the market, and what our solution is, real quickly. So we are deployed in about 110 countries. We deal with small companies with 20 users. They just want to find out what's going on. They think Joe over in accounting might be doing something. We also have deployments of hundreds of thousands worldwide. So we have customers of all different sizes. I would say financial, healthcare, government. Those are some of our key verticals that we work with very heavily. Oh, and we just, this past, about 2 months ago, we won the Cybersecurity Insiders Insider Threat Gold Award for Best Cybersecurity Insider Solution. Thank you. So a little quick quiz here, because a lot of people aren't really familiar with this. What percentage of data breaches nowadays come from, ooh, did it reveal it? Ah, all right. So you're right, 60. But that's a pretty shocking number. I came from the external world, ransomware, anti-malware, and when I heard that from the insider perspective, I was really shocked. Something that's just not talked about all that much. This is our insider threat maturity report that we did, finished up in December. And if you look, where you want to be is in the green and the yellow. Those are the most advanced, those are the companies that said that they really had a great insider threat security. Looking at legal, HR, the right kind of tools that they're actually analyzing and knowing what's going on all the endpoints. How many people feel their organization is in that green and yellow, that top end of insider threat security? Okay, couple maybe. Okay, but as you can see, you're not alone. There's a lot of work to be done, even though the risks are pretty dramatic. What we've found from the organizations that are in that green and yellow band, the ones that really do a great job, first thing, it's all about the data. It's not about spying on the employees. It's about patient information, financial information, credit cards, intellectual property. The next thing we found is that they take a holistic approach to insider threats. Just like you do externally, you don't put anti-malware just on some people, you put it everywhere within the organization. Insider threats, most people have kind of a spotty approach. Maybe some DLP over here, maybe some SIM to look at some network traffic, but they're not really looking at every endpoint, every insider in the organization. But again, those mature companies do. Next thing is, it's not just about the network. If you're just looking at the network, you're really missing what's happening by the people that can cause the problems, which is the insiders. And as if you heard Randy earlier, it's not just malicious insiders, it's also accidental. Could be contractors, could be ex-employees. So getting down to the endpoint level where you really have direct visibility is a key. Anyone know the average number of days to discover a breach? 60? That's really close. Yeah, which is also pretty scary, right? That's kind of that time of destruction as your information's being siphoned out of the network, and Randy talked about that as well earlier in the insider threat breach. I was with a CISO's team about 2 months ago. This is from an automobile manufacturer. And he had his whole team there. They were throwing a lot of technical questions at us about what our solution did. And the CISO stopped his team and said, hey, guys, shut up for a second. And he said, Veriato guys, let me just ask you this. Look, what we want to know is if someone in our organization does something strange, accesses something they shouldn't have accessed, we want to know right away. We want to be able to figure out what they're doing with that, have some context around it so we can take action right away. And then we want to have evidence so we can prosecute that person if they're doing something bad. Can you guys do that? And I said, well, I work on the marketing side, and we've put a lot of great marketing stuff together, but that was the most succinct description of what we do. And that's exactly what Veriato Cerebral is designed to do. So it's an insider threat intelligence platform, and it integrates two of the key components, user behavior analytics and user activity monitoring. And they come together in a really powerful way. I'm going to walk you through it here in about 2 minutes, how it works. What you do is take our Endpoint Agent, goes on all of the endpoints within an organization, physical, virtualized, Mac, PC, Android, and it starts watching. It's watching, analyzing, and recording everything that's happening on every endpoint, 24/7. And when I talk about everything, file transfers, document tracking, applications, printer use, USB use, if it's on an Android, geofencing, keystrokes, online searches, everything, and even psycholinguistics. What psycholinguistics is you're looking at the language that's being used in the emails that people are writing within the organization. Because no one goes rogue overnight, right? Something happened to them 6 months ago. They got passed over for a promotion. They didn't get the raise they wanted. Something happened, they became disgruntled, and then they got to the point where they're actually going to do something bad. Well, if you can catch them at that early stage with psycholinguistics, that's a win for everybody. We take all of that information, and our AI and machine learning is looking at all of that. It's looking for signs of threat, and we actually use the Carnegie Mellon data set when we're doing our testing. So the idea is the AI and machine learning helps reduce the false positives, but it's also taking all that massive amount of data, correlating it so it can send you alerts. If something happens, so say all of a sudden Dave, who works in customer service, he normally downloads 10 megabytes a day. Well, today at 9 o'clock this morning, he just downloaded 20 gigabytes from the credit card server. That's not very good. Well, that's going to send an alert immediately to IT security. But in most cases, at this point, you might get an alert from other types of systems, but what do? How do you handle that situation? This is Dave up in Albany. Good guy, he's been with the company a long time. So what's the context? And that's the power of the integration of the user behavior analytics as well as the monitoring. What we do is allow you to actually go into and see screenshots, play it back like a DVR in the past. So at 9 o'clock in the morning, you got the alert. Let's go back to 8:45. Look at Dave's screen, and there's the screenshots. There he is on Amazon. You can see his mouse moving around. He's buying something on Amazon. Then he's starting that download from the credit card server. Okay, what's he going to do when he gets it? Because that's the key. Is he just working on a big project for maybe one of the auditing teams? Or is he encrypting it, putting it in a PowerPoint presentation, and uploading it to a cloud server? That's a big problem. And by the way, that's a true story of one of our customers caught IP theft, and that's exactly how they were getting it out of the company. So being able to see the actual proof is huge, because what it's allowing you to do is take action immediately. So you're alerted within almost real time. Not going to tell you it's real time, but within a minute or so, you're getting that alert that something strange has happened. And then within minutes, you're going back and you're fast forwarding through to see exactly what's going on. You're seeing the real context. What that's giving you the ability to do is take that action with 100% confidence. You're creating an evidence trail, because we also have logs and reports on everything. And by the way, you can, for auditing purposes, you can report on all of this. Determine if there are any other accomplices that he's working with inside or outside the company, because this is also searchable, all this data. So if it's the XYZ file, let's find out every time Dave talked about XYZ and who he was talking with. So the ability to see exactly what's going on. And this is a sneak preview in Q3. We're going to be announcing risk scoring. So what that's going to do, if you have 1,000 people in your company, well, maybe 26 of them are in that high-risk red zone, based on what the AI is seeing across the organization. Maybe another 52 are in the yellow zone, and then your other 920 are in the green zone. However, sometimes someone in the green zone is going to do something strange. You'll still get that alert. But it really makes a huge difference in the efficiency of your security organizations and being able to handle and analyze what's going on across the country, across the company in terms of risk. So I have just a few seconds left here. Please stop by our booth. Would love to talk more about insider threat security with you, what you're doing now and how we can help. We are going to be giving away Sonos Play 1, so if we can scan you over at the booth, you'll be entered, and we'll be giving that away up here on stage tomorrow afternoon. So I don't know if we have 16 seconds for question and answers.
Pete, I want to thank you for your time. And if you have questions, you'll be around for today and tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll be here next 2 days.
Excellent.
So,
Pete Nourse, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.